So now we've exported all of our data to graphical analysis, and you should have these two graphs showing up right now. Let's just focus on the top graph right now to make it simple. You notice the issue is there's actually two sets of data in this graph, and we only want one. So what we want to look at is the y-axis. You can see there is an x and y component to that. These measurements are based on what you did in video physics. So what that's saying is that it's showing a x component position and a y component position. How I know its position is because the units are meters. One of these we don't actually need, and it depends again on what we did in video physics. So I'm going to go over to video physics right now. And if you look at the origin part, which again is this right here, this tool, I was able to rotate this. Now I made sure that the x component part was perfectly parallel to the direction of my cart's motion, which should have been horizontal in this, and again the points kind of confirm that, the data points. So as long as I have set this up parallel to the motion of the object, all of my cart's motion is in this x component. The good news about that, the cart is not moving at all in the y component, so that means I don't need it. So when I go back to graphical analysis, what I can do is tap on the y-axis here, and I can actually eliminate the y component positions by just unchecking it. So now my graph is only showing me the x component positions, which again was the only direction it was moving in. Now going to the bottom graph, we can do the same thing, but these are velocities this time. So I'm going to uncheck the y component velocity, which means I should only then have the x component velocity. Now right now you may be scratching your head because you're thinking, well, I use the constant velocity car, which means the velocity should stay constant. And right now it definitely doesn't look like it's constant. Well, if you look at the y-axis, if you look at the scale in particular, we are zoomed in. So what I can do with this graph is I can pinch zoom, and I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to go all the way until I see 0 in the graph. And now that I've zoomed out enough, you can see that it is a somewhat constant velocity of 0.2 meters per second. Minor fluctuations just because of the data points if I wasn't perfect with it, and who knows, maybe the cart's constant velocity isn't so constant at all. Alright, so right now we have all of our motion in the x component, which is what we want, and this will set us up for the next tutorial. No need to take a screenshot of this right now, but go ahead and try this with your accelerating crank card information.